Thank you. All right, just before asking for or requesting vote, I'd invite, rather, as you vote, there's a statement, a brief statement, operative word being brief. As you vote, you are not required to, but you're welcome to do so. Ms. Tidwell?
Yes.
Mr. Schreiber?
Yes.
Mr. Pilpel?
I have a brief statement. I will keep it brief. This is a collective exercise. I thought a lot this afternoon as we went through this about whether to support it. I am choosing to support it. I would not have made all of these choices, but we worked as a group and we worked through a lot of disagreements amongst each other respectfully. I would note and want to continue to call attention to the disparity in voter registration that results from underpopulating 3 and overpopulating 8. It appears to me that there will be roughly 35,500 registered voters in 3 compared to 55,500 registered voters in 8. So a vote in District 3 for supervisor will matter more than an individual vote for supervisor in District 8. I understand that some disparity will exist. I'm concerned that we have increased the level of disparity from what it was under the prior plan. That concerns me. Otherwise, I can live with the differences in the plan, and thus I cast my vote in support. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Mondejar?
My vote is yes. I just want to say that this is a collective process. It was difficult. We had some disagreement. It's not perfect, but I just want to thank my colleagues for working together and coming together for a final map.
Thank you, Ms. Mondejar. Mr. Alonso?
I'm going to say yes, and real quick, it was a pleasure working with all of you, and hopefully I never have to work with you in this capacity again. But actually, in the end, we pretty much brought the best out of the city as we could. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Leigh?
Yes, I vote in support of the map, and just in terms of a comment or two, I also really want to thank everybody for working together on this, and it's been a pleasure to work with everybody. I personally feel like I've learned a great deal about the city, which is what I will take the most value from on a personal level forever, really. And I want to thank in that regard the staff, the consultants, the deputy city attorneys that have worked with us. You've been a tremendous resource to us. And I also want to thank everybody in the community I'm just amazed that so many people have spent so much time, whether in our meetings or submitting public comment or letters or Facebook comments or what have you. It's been a very rich and critical source of information for all of us, I think, and I admire the dedication of everyone who's committed the time.
Thank you, Mr. Leigh. Ms. Melara?
I also want to thank everyone who supported us in this process, and all disagreements and agreements that we had was a lot of fun. The long nights were not a lot of fun, but I want to say yes to the map in the interest of collaboration. I do want to say again that the Portalo would have been best in the District 10. And I will come back in 10 years just for that purpose. So even if, hopefully I will be alive when I come back. So, but other than that, I think that we did a great job.
Thank you, Ms. Melara. Ms. Leigh?
I am voting in support of our map, and I just want to thank all of the task force members, the staff that supported this process, and of course the members of the San Francisco community for coming out. I think that this product is truly an engagement of the public and not just of our own individual contributions to the redistricting process. And I hope that San Franciscans recognize that just our hopes, or my personal goal, was that this was going to be an inclusive process for all. And
Excellent, thank you very much. And I too vote in support of our map. I think that it reflects where I began the process. I said yes to participation because of my interest and desire in getting community engaged in the process. So on the one hand, I feel really good that we did a good job in that regard. And that said, there's still a number of people in our community who did not get engaged. Not necessarily assume full responsibility for that, but as I think about what we might have done better, that's one area that I wish we could have had both more time and resources to focus more time and attention on. And that said, we still had a great turnout of our community, which I feel really proud and pleased about. And I feel like, therefore, where we've landed with respect to this final map represents that. The last comment I'd make is, when we began the process, it was clear to me from a number of different kind of perspectives or angles in community that there was this expectation that the political views and perspectives of many, including individual task force members, would dominate the process. And I am very, very grateful to my colleagues that that has not been the case. I think that speaks to the commitment and integrity of task force members that that was not the case. It's not that we don't have political views, it's not that we don't have points of view, it's that we allowed those to be put, if you will, on the back burner and allowed ourselves to be open to public comment and then land on decisions with respect to each of the districts that allowed us to land on this now, the final map. And so I'm happy to say that we now have an approved final map. Thank you all.
Could I just add one more thing?
Yes,
that I should think needs to be said? I want to thank you and Vice Chair Lamb for taking on the roles that you played. You in particular presiding over probably 92 of the 100 hours of meetings that we've had. I know it's been a very, very difficult role, and you've done it extremely well. And we all owe you, and everyone who's been involved with this, whether it's on this side of the dais or the other, I think owes a lot to you, and also to Vice Chair Lamb for stepping up to be the Vice Chair, and you also did a wonderful job, Vice Chair Lamb.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, thank you all very much. Moving then back to item number 5, we have a draft final report that we will now insert the approval date, and vote, and that will allow us to have then a final report. Before I ask for a vote of approval of the final report, any public comment on the final report? Excellent. Ms. Leigh, is there anything else we need to do with respect to the final report before we ask for approval?
I believe there was a comment about delegating authority to someone to make final grammatical edits.
Yes.
But other than that, not to my knowledge. I know Member Tidwell was in control of the final report. Are you satisfied that it is indeed final?
Yes, with the exception of the vote, which we'll have to input in final grammatical or whatever formatting edits.
Okay, so should we take those in 2 pieces? One,
You can combine them. You
Okay.
can delegate authority to one person to enter the vote and approve any final grammatical edits.
If I can do it in 5 minutes, I'll do it.
all right. All right, so I entertain a motion to delegate final edit responsibility to Ms. Tidwell and approval of the final report.
So moved. Second.
All right, is there any objection? Without objection then.
Oh, sorry. I'm not objecting, but why don't we do a roll call vote on adopting the final report? It'll be fine.
Mr. Alonso,
Yes.
Mr. Leigh,
Yes.
Ms. Melara,
Yes.
Ms. Lamb,
Yes.
Ms. Mondejar,
Yes.
Mr. Pilpel,
Yes.
Mr. Schreiber,
Yes.
Ms. Tidwell.
Yes.
Thank you so much. So,
Is it over?
I just wanted to thank members Melara, Leigh, and Tidwell, the 3 of them, really for the whole report together and for putting up with our lateness of submitting our parts. And really, thank you for taking the time to pull all of